Hey everybody, we're back. Yay!
Yay!
We have Korgoth, the Crave, half orc barbarian, Frecky, the halfling rogue of death, Epion, the dwarven cleric.
Where's my pipe?
All right, take it easy. He, he decided to switch to a dwarf because I think I scared him with I'm going to play off racial hostilities and you're playing a dragon. And he's just like, nah, I don't think I want to do that.
I don't.
We have Meliodas, excuse me, the half-elf sorcerer. He is joining us now. Lord Akira, the Lord without a land, the elf ranger. When last we left, the troop was heading to the city of Calanthea to embark on a quest, a journey, from a notice that they saw that explained an expedition for vast sums of treasure. So that's something that everyone is heading towards. But along the way, the weather became extraordinarily bad, and they were forced to set up a camp. And in that camp, an attack, a dog, a puppy, begging for help, got these guys to assassinate what was just a vile, vicious beast that almost eviscerated Korgoth, and to the point where that barbarian, that half-orc barbarian, needed the stealthy fingers and sword of a halfling rogue to save him. If not, he would be dead. So now they've abandoned camp and have traveled throughout the night to get to the nearest town, and that's where we are right now. So you get to the crest of the hill. You can see the town. It's got 3 rows of houses, so it's fairly large. There's at least 3 houses that are 2 stories, or double deckers, as it will, and it's surrounded by a wood fence, a wood wall that goes around the entire town. The road goes through it. To the left and to the right is wilderness, and your horses are near exhausted. And I think I said it right the first time, near exhaustion. And so you need to get somewhere dry. You've been soaked to the bone. The weather is garbage. The rain has been coming down in buckets. So Lord Akira was approaching the gate. You knocked on it. The gate guard, he comes to the door. Oi, who goes there?
Hey, how? It's Lord Akira.
Did he just say how?
I don't know.
He said how. Oh. Not only is that like not even appropriate for the setting, it is completely racist.
So what are you saying?
All right, so we're gonna go back and I mean, notwithstanding my shitty Cockney accent, but you just went straight Native American on it. Who goes there? It's like, what have we here? An elf, 2 elves, a halfling, a dwarf, and an orc. Oh God, it's adventurers again. This bloody lot. What do you want?
We would like to seek refuge. Our horses are nearly exhausted, and we would like to know if you have an inn where we could rest at for the night.
I suppose. Come on in. He closes the gate. He closes the
You were being
view hole.
followed.
Again, so the thing opens up. He's like, "What? What do you mean followed?"
It's 5 creatures. I'm dead, most likely. Be careful.
What the bloody hell are you on about? Undead? Are you saying some undead are chasing you, and you brought them here?
Oh shit.
Wait on you, man.
No, they just sucked. They tried to attack us in the forest, and we just ran on our horses. Pay attention to your game walls.
So he looks at the biggest person that would be Korgoth. He's like, is he having a little, is he on? Been hitting the pipe.
He's been hitting the pipe, sir. We seek refuge.
Lord. Oh, God, this is going to be bad. I know it. Come on. And he closes the thing. He opens the gate. It's like, half a ways down the road, you'll see the inn of the sleeping dragons. They take your lot. Come on. Ain't got all day. Rain is awful. It's like, he said, you're going to want to see the bard. Well, not the bard. You're going to want to see the squire. His name is the squire will tend to your horses. His name is Drionis. At the end of the street, you'll see a barn. He said your horses look like they're about to kill over. So you want to get them. You want to get them taken care of.
Thank you.
Yeah. Come on. And he closes the door behind the gate behind you, and lifts up a huge wooden bar that goes over the bar. Wood, like a giant 2x4 that he throws over the bar to keep the gate closed. Because apparently my brain's not working. Okay. You get to the barn, and it's past midnight. It's like 3 hours past the midnight hour. So there's literally no one on the streets. There are a couple of places with candles in their windows. You pass the inn of the sleeping dragons. It's some crudely drawn dragon that is sleeping on a big pile of gold. The illustration's a little faded, but there's just a candle on the window to the right of the door. So there's 2 windows, 1 candle. You can see inside. It seems like a little parlor. There's like a little bench that you can see, but you can't see past it. The barn is at the end of the street, so about another 50 yards, and you get there. There's no one visible, but you can hear, "I'll be right there." And the barn door swings open. And you see it's a little human. He's probably in his teens. He's like, I'm Jonas. I'm sure you've been sent my way. I'll take care of your horses. That'll be 2 apiece. He's like, two. He's staring at the orc. He's just like, that'll be 2 apiece, sirs, and madam, I think.
He said, I think.
I think.
All right, so let me go to my character.
All right, so are you guys paying him? Are you just staring at him?
We're gonna pay him.
He's just mean mugging the kid. He's just standing there trying to help you and shit.
But I
You gotta
asked
have
one
him
quick
pay
question.
him to take care of the horses too.
Do they have many adventurers come to this town?
It's like, oh yes, all day, ever since that notice for the expedition came.
You have to watch out for other adventurers.
What expedition?
They're gonna sabotage us.
Your mic is reverbing, dude. I don't know what's going on. Okay. So, I'm sorry. Say that again, because if you guys talk all at the same time, I can't really hear you.
What's the expedition thing you was just talking about?
You mean the one that I explained like 3 times and in the last game too?
Yeah.
For adventures and gold.
Yeah, it is.
You're going to the city because you saw the notice, and you guys decided to go to get wealth, get some wealth, some money, some fame, possibly adventure,
Some weapons.
Yeah,
And hopefully.
some what?
I'm fucking around.
Oh my
I'm
god!
fucking around.
No, you're not.
No, he wasn't. Nah, he's like, I'm messing around.
gonna get land.
No, we're gonna get land, right?
He's a lord without no land.
No land? No.
I need land. Say that.
I need some land.
This
All right, so
support
yeah,
my
so
club,
the kids,
support our
he
children.
you guys get off your horse and your horses, and
Pay
he
them.
leads them into individual stalls. He's like, yeah, we had a troop that just came through here yesterday. Mean muggers. It's a bunch of orcs, as a matter of
How many
fact.
pieces? I know you said
bunch
two
of orcs?
Two gold pieces.
Yeah, it's two apiece.
Go. I just want to know.
You said a bunch of orcs?
So yeah, it's about 5 of them. They were mean.
Thank you for that information. I give him another gold piece.
Oh, thank you, master. Thank you very much. It's like
Let's head back to the inn.
It's like I'll have them fed and washed, and everything will be. It's like when you come back in the morning, it would be like as if they were brand new.
Thank you, Squire.
Now get the fuck out! No.
All right.
Let's all head into the inn.
All right, so you make it back to the inn. The knock on the door. Who's doing the talking at this point? Is everyone crowding the door like? You guys got to decide who's speaking at whatever times, unless you're speaking over each other or someone's just taking the lead. This is not. I'm not forcing anyone to take the leadership role, but someone's got to speak.
I'll go.
I'll take the lead because Akira's quick to react off of craziness. I'll take the lead and knock on the door.
But did he talk about? Well, we're being followed by dead people. I don't think he did that. I think that was you. I think that was you. I don't.
It was the truth.
I really don't think he did that. All right. So the Okay.
Oh my God.
So
Let him know. Let him know.
after a couple of knocks, you hear, all right, hold on. And you see the candle gets lifted from its little holder, and the door opens. And there's a woman. She's probably in her 60s. She's also human, weather-worn. She's deeply tanned. She's like, who goes there? Who are you?
I am Empion. I need a place to stay for
She's
me and
like-
my adventurers.
Who's talking? Oh, I didn't see you there. It's like, don't scare an old woman like that. It's like, I see. Yes, come on. No one else will take you.
Thank you.
It's like, wipe your feet before you come in tracking mud in my house. All right.
Wipe my feet.
So she's like, she's like, excuse. She's in one of those long nightgowns. She's like, excuse my appearance. I don't normally dress like this, but it is past the midnight hour after all. It's like, don't you people sleep?
Now, when adventures call,
So he's like, who's saying that? Oh, it's you again. I'm sorry. So he's like, I'm Helena, and welcome to the Inn of the Sleeping Dragons. Are you all going to sleep in the same room, or do you all want separate rooms? How about for you, darling? Talking to Frecky. You don't sleep with these lot, do you?
I'll take my own room, please.
Oh, smart girl. Can't trust these guys. Always thinking with the lower half, you know what I mean? As for the rest of you, what'll it be? I have 3 rooms available.
how
Wow.
many beds?
Each of the rooms has 2 beds, so you can share if you like.
Someone's gonna have to come with me.
No, us 2 of us could bunk in one room each, and she could have her own.
I'll have a spare bed. Unless Meliodas is with us.
Yeah, of course he is. Where do you think he is? Out in the rain?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll take all 3 rooms.
It's like, very well. That'll be
How
5
much?
apiece. to be
I'll
fine
bunk
for the
with
night.
door officer.
You have, she's like, you have fresh linens. I would suggest drawing a bath. It's like, you can get water from the well. She has one of those pumps from she has groundwater. And each of the rooms has a fireplace so that you can heat the water if you want to take a hot bath. It's like she can bring up some cloth to dry you off, and suggests that you do it because yes, you're all stink of horse.
Thank you, man. We will do that.
That's right.
I'll have some. She's like, I'll have some warm grub for you in the morning. Now off with you, off with you. She walks you each to your rooms. All of the rooms are upstairs, so that's where everyone is. So she shows you to it. The place itself it's bigger than it looked from the outside. It is 2 stories, and like I said, each one of the rooms has their own little fireplace. It's not all wood. It's a stone building, and it seemed quite comfortable. Now, considering she's like, please don't make too much of a mess. I had a pack of orcs. I'm sorry, master, but I had a pack of orcs who did all sorts of things, made all sorts of noises and messes. It took me forever to clean them.
We won't, man. Thank you.
All right. So what I'm going to do is turn this off. Yeah. Now, throughout the night, you guys disrobe, get cleaned. You take a semi-warm. Those of you who have the patience to wait for the water to heat up, and because you have to keep doing it and refilling it, but for the most part, you wash yourselves and everything, and finally get that good night's sleep that you have been missing for the last 36 hours. That morning, you can hear breakfast. Come and get it while it's hot.
I'll get up, get dressed, make sure everybody's up.
All right, so everyone wakes in their varying stages. You get dressed in the cleanest clothes that you could possibly have, considering that they were for the most part in water. Most of your stuff has been waterlogged and smelling like horse for the last week. When you come down, she leads you to the what she has is a makeshift dining room. It's essentially 2 picnic-like tables with the row benches. The food that you can smell is amazing because you haven't had actual cooked food in a while. So you get the smell of the bread and the cooking chicken that she has. She has a pretty decent spread for you guys. She's like, go on, eat up. I didn't make it for myself. So you get your grub on and everything's great. And she comes back into the room, serves you all some wine, some mead. The water isn't completely muddy, so it's actually good. So she said, as she's pouring the last of her wine, she's like, so if I had to venture a guess, I'd say you were going to Calanthea, eh? It's like,
Yes.
you're quite a mix here. So usually your kind stick together. 2 elves, a halfling, and a dwarf, and an orc. Like, sort of an orc.
Yes, we are traveling.
We are traveling companions.
What are you giggling throughout the whole conversation? It's like, yes, we're traveling.
That's right.
she's just like, okay, well, she said, well, I'll leave you to it. Just know there were quite a few that came through here over the last week, ever since that notice went off.
Do you know which way they headed?
You mean to the city that you're headed to?
Okay.
And what notice?
Oh my Lord!
No. but
Now I
that's
think you guys are
worse.
doing this on purpose.
That's worse.
So she said, well,
That was worse. Look at
she
these.
said, there doesn't seem to be a cloud in the sky, so you all should have a pretty fair journey for the rest of your travels.
Yes.
Oh my God. What's that hidden head that's popping out of nowhere?
Can I say something?
No, Mrs. Half works in this place.
So, like,
She
we
says,
could take extra
I would be careful though. It's like, it's like I remember that. I remember Zevis. Zevis had his head in the clouds, but he didn't have his brains in his head. So she used to be his wet nurse, and she remembers. This is that's how I was able to save enough coin to build this place. Says, but as he got older, he got more mischievous. He started looking for adventures when he should have been tending to his family's estate. So now he's in a position where he has to. If he doesn't come into some money, at some point he's going to be out in the streets, which is why he sent out that notice. So, but the dangerous part is he doesn't know who he's sending. He doesn't understand the world, not like you all. Some adventurers are just looking for any excuse to stab someone in the back.
Oh.
Why? This is like, why split the loot when you could just keep it all? Know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
So you all seem like good folk. It's a good. So do old Helena a favor and just look out for the young master. He's got a good heart. Not a lot of. He's got a good heart, even though his brain is just. I think a horse kicked him in the head. I'm not. So she said, "Just leave." She said, "Just leave the rest, and I'll tend to it. You're all paid up, so you can leave whenever you choose." It's like I think I saw the squire come by here.
I have a question, ma'am. The roads to the town or to the city, are they dangerous? Do you hear about any danger on those roads?
It's like any roads have danger of bandits. So, but that's why you're adventurers and I live behind a wall.
You are correct, madam.
Decline that.
So she's like, you're pretty inquisitive for a dwarf. Most of you lot don't like to talk at all to any of us.
I have friends.
Well, being around us, he's changed.
It's like, oh yeah, and traveling with elves, no lot. It's like I thought your kinds didn't get along too well.
My mother had an affair.
We're part of a group
My mother had an affair.
with a halfling who was on an adventure about a ring a long time ago. Who's had her fair share of experience.
You got problems. How long are you gonna wait until you set out? So if giving a time frame, it is approximately 9 a.m. So
We will leave
9.
by 10
Okay. Again, are you speaking for the group or for yourself?
for the group.
For the group.
Really, the group's got to agree to it. I'm just saying, because at some point you're gonna say something, and everyone's like, "No, I didn't want to do that."
Okay, true. Wait, what time do you guys want to leave?
Bedroom.
Apparently, he's leaving right now.
All right, listen, Frankie. I mean, Meliodas, Frankie.
Meliodas Frankie.
I mean, Meliodas, Frankie.
You know what? That reverb. Do you have us on an external speaker, Meliodas? Because you really should have headphones on.
Yeah, he took us off the headphones. You need the headphones, Neff.
I swear to God.
Meliodas.
Oh, wait, you know he's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm a millennial. That's why I don't do it."
I think by if we're up at 9, like maybe like 10:30, 11. Like,
If we travel around that time, we don't know actually how far the city is.
we can make sure. No, we can make sure that we could re-up on ammo and shit. I mean,
Supplies
like I need to
and
get more
stuff.
bows.
Are you gonna collect bows now? Oh, you mean arrows?
Yeah, arrows.
Arrows. Yeah, I gotta go buy some more.
He's gonna be walking around with 6 bows.
All right. So I guess we take our time. It's up to you guys. I'm just speaking in general. We take our time, look around the city, for inventory. Like Kira needs arrows.
My name is not Kira.
Lord and Kira. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's going official. He's like,
Yeah.
that is not my name. It is Lord. Thank you very much.
Fully characterized.
Unbelievable.
So we stop at the store and we go buy some stuff.
The stores. Let's go to the shop.
Well, the shop.
What is everybody else doing?
Yep.
What is Korgoth doing besides stuffing his half-orc barbarian face?
I want to inquire about that notice that they sent out.
Tell Leonis to go tend to the horses.
All right.
All right.
So, I mean, the notice is very vague. Seeking adventurers for an expedition. Treasure will be split evenly among the treasure seekers. Please see Xevious, Xevious the Noble, in Calanthea. That's about it.
Lord Akira, what does that pamphlet that we found on that creature say?
Ooh, that is a good question. Let me see what I can do.
Yeah, can any of us read it, Luke?
See, apparently, one person is paying attention.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Well, it depends on what you guys can speak, because depending on the languages you can speak, I will tell you if one of you can read it.
Got our languages, y'all.
Who has the dog? That dog.
I do.
Okay.
Literally both.
That's what I'm saying. Well, who has the dog? Because there's a dog that you guys are traveling with and that you're living with, apparently.
Epion has the dog.
Okay.
Okay, now the languages. Where do I see that at? I don't see no languages.
I can speak Halfling, Common, and Thieves' Cant.
Okay. Thieves' Cant, by the way, is specifically for rogues. And not a lot of people can speak that. That's your own coded language, which can come in handy.
Halfling, Celestial, Goblin, and Orc.
Where do you see that?
On the bottom of where you to the bottom left, your type proficiencies on the bottom left.
Oh, okay. I can speak
And
Common,
Elvish and Common. Yeah.
Dwarvish, Undercommon, and Infernal. Infernal.
You speak Infernal?
Yes.
I can speak Dwarvish, Elvish, and Orc.
I can speak Common, Draconic, Elvish, Gnomish, and Goblin.
Let's go, y'all.
Okay.
None of us could speak what's on that paper.
It's like 20 languages.
My one in the chamber.
That's it for the rest of the year.
Yeah, he's done. Okay, so it is written in Infernal, which is not a good thing. The language does the words don't necessarily make sense, and it reads like an incantation, but it's not magic. meaning there's no magic on the paper itself, but it reads like a spell.
Okay.
What you do notice, and there's going to be plenty of times where I will ask you guys to make a roll if I feel that a roll is necessary, but for the most part, I'm just going to go through the story. Not everything is going to need a roll. A lot of GMs do that, and that shit's annoying because it drags down the game. Now, what happens is when you're reading it, because it reads like an incantation, you're thinking it's a spell, except it's torn, so it's not complete. Because remember that the thing had it in its hand, and you guys were, well, no, you had it. It had it in its pockets, and you were tearing through it, and it was all wet.
Yeah.
Oh, it's still
So
in its pocket.
the words don't necessarily read like it's not a note. So they're a series of words that he can read. That when he sounds them together, they feel like you're invoking a spell. I would say Meliodas would notice that, but he went to check on the horses.
Damn.
Well, since I can understand it, not really understand it, but I know the language of it,
Mm-hmm.
I take it to Meliodas.
Okay, so that comes after. Now, Meliodas, you get to the stable, which is the word that I was looking for this whole time. You get to the stable, and the door is slightly ajar, and you can hear the boy speaking, but he sounds like he's under duress. I mean, he's like, "I don't know, sir. Please, I swear I don't know."
I'm stumped.
We got a noob, guys. Give him a chance.
I'm giving him a chance. You guys are the ones laughing at him.
Let's go.
Come on, Meliodas.
Let's go,
So,
Meliodas.
Meliodas, think.
Don't
he's
let
being
him pump you into doing something that you don't want to. By the way, peer pressure is not allowed here.
So the person who's interrogating him, does he speak a certain language?
You
that I
can't.
can
You can't. You
understand?
actually can't hear the person that's speaking. You just heard the boy. He was speaking loud enough. I'll give you this. He was speaking loud enough to be heard.
Okay.
Not like that, but yes.
Okay, so I run back to the group and inform them of. I tell them it sounds like a boy's in distress.
Uh-huh.
Wasn't I already on my way to him?
Yeah, hold on for a
Each
second.
other.
Okay. When you turn and you start making your way down the street, you can see Epion leaving the inn and walking in your direction. He has something in his hand, looks like a piece of paper, but that's not something that you're even paying attention to. I'm just telling you as an observation because it's clear and obvious. Epion, as you walking up the street, you can see Melodius and his big pee stain on the front of his pants, apparently. But no, he's coming back.
Welcome to the group, brother.
He's walking back in your direction as well. So you meet somewhere in the middle. Go.
Meliodas, what's wrong?
There's a boy in the stable. He sounds like he's being interrogated.
Let's go. Away.
Damn. You guys sure you don't want to play a superhero game? I think we should do that next.
Chill. Let me get used to this one because I'm still learning.
All right.
If I get to the powers and everything, man.
Okay, you get you run back to the and by run you run twice as fast as you have to run twice as fast to keep up with the half elf because he's taller and his strides are longer and you got them little stubby legs. No, I'm just kidding. That's fucked up. Then you can see the boy opening up he's opening up the stable door, and he sees you. And he's like, "Oh, masters, I have your horses ready."
Is everything okay?
Yes. Everything's fine. I
Okay,
need you to
you
roll
know,
a
let's use
perception.
under stress.
Roll a perception, please.
All right. Perception.
Just him? Just them two?
Yes. Well, Epiam, because he's the one talking first.
Okay.
All right. So I'll give you that the 20 because it's an you're actively looking. Now I'm gonna give you some rolls, but then it's gonna be this is just the beginning. Once you guys get used to the system, don't get used to what I'm doing right now. Just so we're clear. Okay. You notice that he has a huge red welt sticking up from the collar of his neck, and it looks like there's like a thumbprint. I keep moving away from the mic. So right across his neck is as if someone was holding him.
What is wrong? Who put these marks on you, boy?
No one, sir. It's I was scratching, and his eyes go to his right to the inside of the door, and he's just like, I'll bring your horses. You just wait right there.
No. And I walk in.
Damn. It's like, no! Just like
Yes.
Gimli and shit
Yes.
with robes.
Don't tell the elf.
I mean, you push past him, and he was opening the doors to the opposite side. So you just push past him and walk in, and there's a human. He's clad in leather armor. He has two daggers at his side, his arms crossed in the famous anime pose where he's just his head down, his eyes are closed. He's just, and he has a sword sticking up from his back. I'm sorry, say that again.
What are you doing to this boy? To the squire?
So he turns in your direction. He's like, oh. He looks down and sees it.
Damn it!
Oh, who are you?
I'm Epion, the adventurer. Who are you?
Oh, it's a lofty title, Epion the Adventurer. Is that your last name? The Adventurer.
You can say so.
So your mother's name is Mom. So she's Mother Adventurer?
Yes, the queen of earth.
Oh, you won something.
Back to that.
Are you ready?
It's like,
You're
I
not
think
to
it's
be
like I think
trifled
it's
with.
I think it's too early for you. I think it's too early to be hitting the snifter, don't you think, Master Dwarf?
Snifter.
Say it
What do
again.
you want with this
Say it
boy?
again, Melodious. What were you doing?
We are
I
not
keep
to be
calling
trifled with.
Melodious. I'm gonna get it right, but Meliodas.
We are not to be trifled with.
An elf and a dwarf. How queer. And you're both wearing robes. Sorcerers? You're sorcerers. So what it's like, what exactly did I do to incur such wrath from a dwarf and a half elf?
Do you know what happened to the boy?
I know not. I'm here waiting for my horse, just like you.
Can I do a perception check? Wait, hold on. Let me look at my
Perception check for what?
No, ability, real quick. Hold on. Can I do what's the deception for? To see if he's lying or not?
What do you mean?
Like to see if his words sound true. Like if he ain't wavering in his words, so I can determine if he's like phony or not.
Well, unless you have a specific ability or spell, it's just going to be in the role playing. It's in the conversation. So unless he gives it that's how it's going to be in certain circumstances. It's just going to be the dialogue. So however you are able to word it, if you can get it out of him, or if he gives it away, or it's really up to you how you do it. Just bear in mind your alignment.
Oh, that's right.
When you're doing this, because you will take penalties.
All right. So,
by the way, everyone had 200 XP from the last game except for Meliodas because he did not play.
200.
Yes.
Where
Okay.
did I put that at? Stop.
I probably should have saved that to the end because now it's like, oh, where did I put it? Oh.
All right. Since he said he did nothing, I can't do nothing and go on it because my intimidation is on 0. I can't have that straight
It's like,
face.
what are you doing? It's like,
Yeah,
please.
you know. So I just leave it at that and just go about it. Just go and get our horses. At the same time, matter of fact, no, I'll wait till we reconnect with the group so I can show Frankie the letter. Meliodas the letter.
So, so he says, strange. It's like, what would two adepts? It's like you don't. He's like, what would two young acolytes be doing this far from the capital city?
Adventures. Oh wait.
Oh, that's right. You are the adventurer. So wait, are you the adventurer too? He's pointing to Meliodas. Are you the adventurer too? Are you related? That would be weird.
Over there and see what's taking him so long, Korgoth and Frecky.
He's talking to you.
I'm trying to think of something to say.
He's just happy to be a part of it, I guess.
This be my first journey.
Mm-hmm.
I only wish to learn.
Is that what you said, or are you telling me that?
That's what I said.
Oh.
It's a terrible response.
Are you on something?
Korgoth, let's see what's taking him so long. Korgoth. Frankie, let's see what's taking him so long. Come on, we get out.
Let's go.
All right.
You guys were at
the shop to get your provisions restocked, right?
Yeah, I didn't even
All
get
right.
to buy anything.
He just walked into the shop like, wait, they're taking too long. Let's just leave this place. Yeah, that's not how it goes, brother. So
I'm gonna drag
the three of you are at the shop. You're the shopkeeper comes to the counter. He is a dwarf himself. He's like, "Aye, what can I do for you, fine adventurers? And such a fine one it is." He's looking at Frecky.
Avert your eyes, dwarf.
Oh, my apologies, master. I didn't know you were together.
No, she is my companion. And we will not take disrespect from anyone.
I meant no offense. My apologies. So what can I do for you?
I would like to buy some arrows.
Are you sure you don't want a bow? How about 6 bows?
Leave me alone.
It's like, I'm sorry, master. I don't have that. You're going to need to see the Fletcher. A Fletcher is someone who creates arrows and bows.
Where can I locate this Fletcher?
So he gives you where he is. He's 2 streets over at the far end of the block. So he says, just tell him old Wrangley sent you. He'll give you a discount. Wait. No, I owe him money. He won't give you a discount. Don't tell him I sent you. But if there's anything else I could do for you, so have a look around. I have fair prices, and and he looks at he goes to Frecky, and even fairer prices for the fairer ladies. He says it so that Akira can't hear. And you,
What do you
Orc.
have in the shop?
So he says, what do you need? It's like, I have meats and mead, anything a traveler, even such. It's like nothing nearly as fine as you, of course, but.
I said avert your eyes, dwarf.
It's like, I have to. It's like, I'm sorry, master, but I have to make. It's like, in order to make a sale, I have to make a sale. You understand?
I say nothing that catches my interest.
Do you have any tents, dwarf?
Say that again.
Do you have any tents?
Of course, finest in all the lands. And even finer foot. No, I'm just kidding. It's keeps throwing it to Frecky.
The dwarf is going hard right now, Goody. You need to come back up in the shop.
Oh, it's just, it's like I do only have one left, unfortunately. So I had a pack of orcs that came through here, browsing and throwing things. It's like, so he goes to he's like, I'll be right out. He goes to the back. My accents are awful. I haven't done them in a while. He drags the tent bag. He's like, this one will keep you drier. He's like, nothing short but a storm will topple this one. So long as you pitch it right. It's like,
how many people could fit in this tent?
So you could fit a half dozen in this one.
Ooh, all of us.
It's like, although I wouldn't advise it. They get kind of stuffy, if you know what I mean. It's like six men. He's like six men folk in a tent with such a lovely little young lass. The smells. She's like, the smells alone is enough to kill you.
I stopped Frecky from pulling a knife on him.
What? She says she can handle it. It's like, oh, he's like,
I didn't want her to
looking you up and down. He's just like, I have no doubt you're a murderer. No. So all told, the tent itself is 20 gold. That tent, just the tent alone, is 20 gold. To restock your food would be another 3 gold.
Restock. Oh, I'm not even with you. I can't even say that.
Nope.
I only have 8 gold left.
That leaves Korgoth and Frecky, who are in no hurry to pitch in. Apparently, they're like, "Well, I guess we're sleeping on this. I guess we're sleeping on the road again."
I'm gonna sleep on the ground, on the dirt.
I have 15 gold.
I do too.
So he looks at you all and he's like, I'll tell you what. I'll knock all 5 from that. Just because you brighten up this lonely man's shop, this lonely dwarf's shop.
Thank you, sir.
No,
So
thank you.
We are chipping 5.
Somebody rolling.
I got 3 left.
Okay, so that's 15. It's 18 total. So 15 for the tent, and then an extra 3 for the provisions.
I only have 3 gold left.
Once again, no one is volunteering.
Wait, real quick, Lou.
Yeah.
How much was for the inn again?
The inn
5 gold.
5.
Okay, so 10.
Shit, I only have 3 gold. I still gotta get.
I have 10.
arrows.
I have 10 gold left.
Yeah, some broke asses.
How about we just restock on our provisions and forget about the 10?
Or you can just wait for us to come back to you guys.
You can't say that you're not here.
Correct.
Sorry.
Damn you, Chris.
Sticking to the rules.
Let's go sleep with Epion and Meliodas have.
I already put the money down. It's already there. It's already on the counter.
All right, how much did you put in?
5. It's 15 right now. And then if we all chip in 1, we could get the provisions. And then depending on the guy that makes the arrows, I don't know how much that's going to cost for me.
He's worried to buy his arrows, screw everything else. Yo. So,
Okay,
in total, how much is all the provisions? Because
3.
Meliodas
No.
looks stressed
So,
over there.
he is definitely stressed. He's just staring at his keyboard like, ooh, pretty.
That boy looks stressed. He's like, yo, this is too much thinking for my millennial ass.
I'm a millennial.
This is how people played the games back in the day.
Oh no, it'd be worse if we were in person. Now, you pay for the tent. Who's doing the other 3 for the provisions? Otherwise, you don't. I mean, you're not obligated to pay for this stuff, but you do want the Lord Akira wanted the tent, and it's benefiting everybody. So you guys chipped in. So, but the
how much
provisions
total?
is an extra 3.
So it'd be 18.
So I'll put the extra 3.
Okay. To make sure you
That
mark
would
it
be
off your
7.
character. So he packs it up in a burlap sack and hands it over to you. He's like, "Pleasure doing business with you, madam." You guys, are you were still at the barn, or you were leaving to get to the rest of the group?
We were leaving
To go back to the group.
rest of the group.
All right, so the boys just like it'll just be another moment, sir. I have to get your saddles all set up.
All right, hurry up, stable boy.
And I thought he was nice, and I don't know what's going on right now. All right, you go back to the shop as everyone's coming out. Akira has his big burlap sack,
Real
which
quick.
is what the tent is.
Real quick,
That
on the way back to the team,
hmm
when we're on our horses walking back, or if we're walking back and
Yep.
walking the horses, I'm letting Frankie see
He's
the
getting
message.
the saddle.
he
for
doesn't have the
horse.
horses ready, so
Oh, okay.
yeah, because it's 5 horses, so he has to get all of them ready. Plus the guy that was
So
in the
we're
leather
walking
armor.
back, correct?
Yeah.
Back to the team. All right, so I'm showing Frankie the letter because I didn't want to show it in front of the other guy.
Meliodas.
I mean, Meliodas, the letter.
Okay. He doesn't speak Infernal, so he can't even read it. He
Okay.
sees the words, but it makes
Can
no
I
sense.
read it?
You
Like
can
the
read it to
words?
him, yeah.
And
Um,
then can he understand it that way?
Well, you can read it to him, which would allow him to understand what the words mean, but he still can't
Alright.
read it.
All right, so
It's
that's
it's
what I
like
wanna do.
it's like if somebody was reading Japanese, somebody's reading some paper that's in Japanese, doesn't mean that you all of a sudden know Japanese. You just know that's what the words mean. So that's what you're
Okay.
doing. You're reading it to him, and he comes to the same conclusion. It sounds like a spell
All right.
because he is a sorcerer who keeps disappearing. Dude, get rid of that background because you're too far from the camera, so you keep disappearing. There you go.
There you
So
go.
nervous. Vagina.
Don't switch cameras.
Nice.
Don't
Yeah. Please
switch
don't do anything.
cameras.
Don't do anything crazy. Just sit closer to the camera. Okay.
That's it.
You guys come out of the shop, and Epion and Meliodas are walking towards you. They were looking at some paper, and but they don't have the horses.
The horses will be ready soon. He's getting our saddles ready. Akira, did you get your arrows?
No, I'm going to go get them right now. We just got a tent. We chipped in to get a tent.
How much was the price?
15 gold pieces.
You see how official his voice is? How much was the price?
Oh, a hefty price. Let's make our way to the arrow boy. Everybody just stuck. Everybody just stuck.
Yeah. That seems rather
That's-
expensive, right?
As much anime as as much anime as you guys watch, you'd think you'd be better at this. What's going on here? Especially
Gotta pay it
Meliodas. Eh?
back.
Stupid millennials don't know jack.
I'm going to make my way towards what's the guy that makes the arrows?
He's a Fletcher. His name is Camlon.
I'm heading towards Fletcher.
Camelot.
Camelot.
Getting to the Fletcher, he's stringing a bow. He has a couple of helpers. He is a human. probably in his estimated is probably about 40, so middle aged. You know, salt and pepper beard. He sees you coming. He's like, "Well, look at here, an aficionado of the great art of archery." It's like, "Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Cameron. I'm a Fletcher, and he's like, I am at your service. What can I do for you?" You're broke. Get out. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm definitely broke. I would like to see your inventory.
Oh, please. So he shows you can see he has some really ornate bows in the sense that some of them have a couple of gems in them. They're they're shellacked, and a couple of long bows, short bows. He has one crossbow that you can't afford. Crossbows are wicked powerful in that, and because they can be easily what's the word? You can shoot more with a crossbow than you could with a regular bow. But in any event,
What about hand crossbows? Like single hand crossbows.
You mind? Oh, the little ones? No, he doesn't have
Yeah.
those. He's the pulley crossbows that you have to cock back.
Copy.
So he says, so what? Are you going to be using them for hunting or?
Actually, I'm here on a quest with me and my fellow companions.
Ah, so you're heading towards the city, like everyone else that's coming through here these days.
Yes.
It's like, well, then you're in luck. I do happen to have a couple of good broadhead arrows that I think would be good for you. So he shows you a bunch of different stocks, some cross, the four bladed arrows, crosshead arrows, some broadhead arrows. He has a what do you call it? A serrated one. He said this one is good. So can't pull it out. Once it sinks into the flesh, to pull it out, it's harder. It's more painful to put it out than it is to put it in, than it is going in.
How much?
I would like to ask you a question, my kind sir.
So he's like,
Did you?
he looks at the dwarf. He's like, "Are you an archer?" That's curious. So you don't seem to. Are you in need of a bow, Master Dwarf?
No.
I have. You have a crossbow on your character?
Yes.
Okay, so he says, I do have some bolts that would fit that crossbow. He's like, no offense, but they're for children, but they are your size.
How much of the ones that you can't take out?
So he says, well, I don't. So the bolts they don't come for those arrows. They don't come for the bolts. It's just for the regular longbows and for string bows, not for crossbows.
Okay, I'm good.
So this is a quiver. A quiver of bolts will cost you 2 gold pieces.
Okay, gotcha. I asked about if the orcs had got any weapons or arrows from here that I should know about.
Orcs. So yeah, they came and he says they bullied one of my hands to fix one of their swords, but they didn't really come through to buy anything. They look like a mean lot. I'm just glad that they're gone.
You gotta watch those.
Well, I'll take a quiver of bows.
Okay.
Sir.
He said that'll run you 2 gold, sir.
I'll
You getting the regular one, the broadhead? He says the broadheads, which are the traditional ones, those are the 2.
The one
He
you
said
can't.
the serrated ones, those are going to cost 10, because they're special made.
How many of those do I get in the quiver?
It's a quiver is a dozen.
You don't even have enough gold, bro.
How much you got?
Damn,
Master Dwarf.
he's already borrowing money. What kind of lord are you?
Ricky got kicked out.
All right, well, when she comes back, we'll fix it.
Matter of fact,
Stupid Frecky.
I'll just buy the regular quiver of bows.
Oh, that's too bad. So, well, if you ever through here again, say, don't hesitate to come see Camelon. I'll take good care of you.
Thank you. Okay, now I got one vote.
Oh, she went back to the spot. Awesome.
Sweet.
All right. So all provisions are received. Anybody else going to need anything else?
Oh, give me a second.
Real quick, where do I put the extra quiver of bows?
You mean arrows?
Arrows. I keep saying bows.
See him running around like half a dozen bows.
And no arrows.
Yeah, he's Hawkeye without anything. He just, oh. You can see the boy
I see it.
waiting. He's waiting at the door with from the barn. He had tied off 3 of your horses, and he has the other 2 in his hands with a smile on his face. He's like, they're all ready to go. Spit shine. He's like, I spit shined your shuttles and everything.
Thank you, boy.
For the regular
Thank you,
quiver,
boy.
it's 12 too.
Yeah, a dozen.
Okay, copy. I'm just asking because the high price one could be different.
You got your diploma. You should know that already.
Whose child is that?
That's my boo boo. See you later, mama.
See
Okay.
you later.
Yeah, peace out. So everyone has their horses. You're all restocked with provisions.
What time is it?
It's noon.
Damn.
We have to go before it gets dark.
It's noon.
We don't know how long the journey is.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Like,
It's noon.
we don't know how long the journey is.
All right, before we leave,
Yep.
I asked the lady in the inn how long is the ride to the city.
So, well,
There
the
you
city's
go.
about. She said, if you go on a steady pace, you should get there by nightfall.
See? There you go. Good question.
All right.
Let's go.
Good question.
Now, as she's talking, you can hear ding, 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 ding. She's like, "What the? It's the watch. It's the alarm for the watch. That's weird."
Uh-oh.
And she
Okay.
walks outside. Everybody walks outside, and you're looking down the street to where the gate is. And at the top, you can see the watchman. It's a different guy, but he's yelling at someone. He's like, get that closed. Get it closed. No, run. Oh my God. So he runs down the steps to the front of the door, and he's trying to bar the door because you can see it being pushed. It's like swaying, like something's hitting it. But you're far enough away you can't hear it, but you can see the door moving.
Guys, do y'all want to ride to the door to help them try to keep it closed? Try to fight?
Yep.
What do you guys want to do?
Yep.
Let's
Straight
try to
the
fight.
door. Let's
All right,
let's try to help the
that
villagers.
your four-legged companion, who's been following you this whole time. Now he's like,
Oh, it's
Oh, I
them again.
forgot about the
It's them
dog.
again.
Oh,
It's
snap.
them again.
Forgot all about the dog.
Meliodas, you have to talk to and say that you're leaving with us too. Or I should just be standing there while we're running and fighting.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Hi.
Millennial.
Just so you know, you started that whole thing. We didn't start it at all.
He
So
opened up
she's
Pandora's
like,
box.
what? He's like, raiders? So we haven't had raiders here in a fortnight. In years, we haven't had raiders come through here. So we're a peaceful town. Everyone knows. It's like we're welcoming to adventurers. What the hell could that be? This is what the innkeeper's saying for Helena.
No. Helena. You look good, Helena, in your nightgown.
She's not wearing a nightgown now.
Isn't she 60 years old?
Does any of the houses have balconies?
Does it matter?
The inn is 2 floors, but from where you are, you wouldn't be able to see what's beyond the door because it's the wall itself are like tree logs. So it's a wall. Like if you ever seen the hilltop from Walking Dead, they have the wood walls like that.
Copy. All right.
That's what. Is
I
that
was
what
just-
Jesus is?
Are we gonna head to the door, guys?
I'm trying to get like a good height advantage over.
I mean, you can go to the second floor, but none of the buildings have balconies. They just have they have a couple of windows that open inward, so you can stick your head out.
Copy. All right. So let's make our way over there.
Yep, let's go.
All right, so the dwarf. So Epion is on his way. Lord Akira is on his way. Is Korgoth going too? What about
Korgoth is
Frecky and
definitely going.
Meliodas?
Aye.
Out.
All right,
Go
you
see.
you gallop over,
there.
and
Korgoth,
there's the guardsman. He's just like, hey, get over here! Hold this door. We have to get this. It's like I don't know what's out there, but it's disgusting. And it's like it killed Fred.
Poor Fred. Let's loot
Poor
him.
Fred, I'm about to say
Yeah.
that. Poor Fred.
All right, so who's going to the door? Because he's trying to lift the wooden block, and to get over to bar it, but
Make sure.
whatever's hitting the door is pushing against him. So
Korgoth, nigga.
all right, hold on, and let's keep the N words to a minimum, please. So
Sorry.
I know this is the heat of the moment, right? Now, as he's trying, he keeps trying to move the block to get it over the bar to at least keep the door fortified. But whatever's hitting it is preventing him from doing that. So all the best he can do is push against the block that's leaning on one of the bars. So all he has to do is lift it from the other side and slide it across. But he can't do it because whatever's pushing against him is hitting it hard. So as you get closer, you can hear that boom, boom.
Let's
Huh?
go.
Let's go, Korgoth. We're gonna go help. Try to close the door.
Push the door.
I'm gonna watch Doug go push the door. So if anything happens,
Okay, so
I'm ready to heal.
Akira
He's ready to
Akira
heal.
and Korgoth are going to the door. Frecky,
Right.
Frecky and Meliodas, excuse me. Are you where are you positioning yourselves? All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do something in Roll20 really quickly so you guys can see what I'm doing. So
Throwing up the map. Let's
give me
go.
a second here.
He's throwing up the map.
Nephew looks so nervous. Biting his nails, everything. Just enjoy yourself like we are.
He's not. Look, he has no imagination. Zero.
Oh damn!
Look, you can tell.
That's just
Imagination.
He doesn't have that. It's not a game.
Goonie, you're
A
on
video game.
Yeah.
Okay, no, you're not.
I never was. That's just
He's
my
like, why
character.
did I get myself into this? And I put my whole streamer picture behind me.
And I'm gonna be posted on YouTube, not just sitting there.
It's all right. Use your mind.
Imagination.
Focus. Focus.
Back to break.
That's just cruel.
I guess I'm the only one that's seen Onward. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All right. This is
The
going to be a
double.
crude. This is going to be a crude drawing, but
Okay.
again, I haven't loaded all the maps. You guys have your pictures, right? At some point, email me the JPEG file, which would be the pictures of your characters, so I can put it on your character sheets. Although I can probably do that really quickly. No, you don't have it there. All right. Anyway, so we
I
have
added mine already.
Me too.
on your. Yes, I saw that. Actually, 2 people paying attention. That's amazing.
Is it?
All right.
I went in a brief intermission. We can't even. I forgot we can't talk to each other. That's cheating.
Damn you and the rules, AK.
I wanted to say something so
All right.
badly, so badly.
Let's go.
But I don't want to cheat, so.
Yeah, no cheating.
I'm gonna try to push the door closed. I got you, Korgoff. Push.
The Crave who eats White Castle.
Hey, why you gotta say that, man? I want some right now. Right now.
I'm mad they don't even got that where I live at.
Yeah, but you're a lot closer to getting it.
I am.
Okay.
Yes, you are.
2 hours away on the train.
Get a 20 sack and bring it home with bacon.
Hell
Cheese.
no, crave case.
With bacon and cheese, nigga. Excuse my language. I'm sorry.
It's in the vocabulary. I was explaining that to.
I'm having a hard time.
Didn't I say that, Epion? Didn't I say that? It's in the vocabulary. It's in there. It's programmed. It's programmed in the brain already.
I gotta delete that file.
So what's happening?
All right, hold on.
I gotta delete that file.
Map.
Good one.
Oh, okay.
Frankie is glitching a little back and forth. Okay, now she's fine.
He wrote frack on the wall. I remember it.
There we go.
Frack looks like he's like, I don't like this. I don't want to play this no more.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
even.
Who said that?
Even he looks like he can't wait till level 20. Do all his little.
Look, he's like, I'm gonna mess with my camera so I can show my kneecap and the light bulb over my head, which is Slender Man. So it looked like I got a cool idea. Imagination.
SpongeBob killed me with that.
This game sucks. Look, you can tell this game sucks.
I
Who
have no
uses imagination
visual image of
anymore.
my character. All I see is a sheet of paper.
I can't move with the left mouse button. Yeah.
Pretty much. I'm picturing my character on my background.
We got this.
We got this.
I can't use WASD, so I don't know if what I'm doing is right.
All the functions of my mouth counts for nothing now.
Look at him. He's tight. Come on, Frack. Come
Talk
on,
with us.
Frack.
Don't be nervous. I'll DM the pushover. Nah, let me not say that. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
You're the first one that's gonna get shot in the
You're
chest.
dead instantly. Die instantly.
1D100.
A bleed effect
Come
on
on,
1,000.
Come on, Frack. Activate your imagination, Frack.
Imagination. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get that as my background watch.
Oh, somebody switched.
Somebody did switch because it went from Frankie to Sammy.
Or the DM switched it back.
Nah.
The
Frankie
DM
was in
could
the
do
middle.
whatever he wants.
What happened?
What happened?
I'm lost.
Yeah, we know.
You know what? I need to use the bathroom real quick, so we're going to take a break and come back in like 5 minutes, all right?
Copy that.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, we're back. So here is where you guys are going to be. I'm going to switch this over so you can see what I'm doing.
20.
You see it now?
Yes, that's
Okay.
dope.
So the Lord Akira, the guard, and Korgoth are at the gate. Epion is between the gate guys and Freki and Meliodas. And whatever's beyond is here. Beyond, it's on the other side of that gate.
I saw that.
How do I move the pictures out of the way?
What pictures?
I had.
Roll 20.
Yeah.
What do you mean, your icons?
Yeah.
Just click and drag it. You should be able to do that.
Come on, you Stunad. Get it right.
It's not letting me do it.
All right, hold on a second.
Come on, Bennett.
All the cameras got switched up again.
Don't worry about it. Oh, okay. I know. There we go. All right, you can move your avatars now.
It's not letting me.
Come on, Bennett. Do it.
Don't even worry about it. It's not letting me do it.
There you go. I just saw you move.
Oh, I moved that. I'm sorry.
No. Like on the main screen, I can see everybody's pictures and their names on the screen itself.
Oh, you're talking about the little icon thing, the nameplates.
Yeah,
All right, so go to the settings.
Okay.
Okay, go to the wheel.
Yep. Scroll down to the middle where you see chat avatars.
Yep.
And then click the drop down to names only. And then below it, you want to hit bottom. It's default to the bottom, so you can just get rid of that. And then if the screen is too big on your side, there's the scale is right next to it.
Perfect. That is perfect. Thank you.
Oh yeah, that was fine. Let's see. There you go. I'm good.
Okay. So I'm gonna grab Korgoth.
I'm good.
There we go.
All right, so I'm gonna put you guys back in the position that you were in. Okay,
fault.
this
That's
is
what I
you guys are
wanted to know.
at the
Thank you.
gate. Move the guard. Well, it snaps to the grid, so it's just gonna go into the boxes. Now you guys are about 20 feet away. Freki and Meliodas is 20 feet away. That would mean that Epion is 15 feet.
Yep.
Now, I had to look at the movement rules, and you can move your full movement rate and then attack. So you basically get a move and then an action.
All right.
And if you do a full action, that's basically moving twice the distance. So if you can move 30, you can move 30 and then attack, or move 60, and that's your attack.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yep.
So that's where you guys are. You see the gate is just boom, boom, and you hear.
I knew it. Back again.
I smell your blood.
Holy smokes.
Look at Meliodas. He got close to the camera. He was like, hold on. That's not right.
That's not fair.
That's your dungeon master for you.
All right. So you guys are trying to now. Do they actually maintain the gate, Lou? Like, with them two holding it?
Yeah, they're able to you're able to easily get the block with two of you, but you can feel this thing hitting it. And now you can feel another one slamming against it. And the block is holding temporarily. Boom, boom.
Get into position.
And now a third one is hitting it. Boom. You can hear them. They're alternating the strikes.
Can we get more planks to
This is the only
door?
block. It's a very thick block. And under normal circumstances, it looks really sturdy, but you can see the metal brackets that it's resting on. They're starting to bend.
Copy. No copy.
So the guard is like, "What the hell are those things? What are we gonna do?"
I warned you.
I don't know you. It's a different guard.
I don't know you. It's a different
Now, DM, these little brown spots that looks like the roof, right in the wall. Is that like a little tower that they can see over the wall?
Yeah, that's how he was able to see them.
All right, Akira, you should get up there.
Are you gonna leave me by myself?
I got you. I'm right behind you.
I'm gonna move to the one to the left side of the map, so I can
Move your character. So you move him into the square.
so I could cover Korgoth.
So you're gonna go up to the top of that little watchtower,
Yes. And how many feet is that?
dude. You literally just moved like two squares away. So each square is 5 feet.
All right. Am I able to look? Am I able
You
to see what's
get to
hanging
the
on door?
to the top of the tower, which is about 15 feet high. So you moved a good 20 feet in that one action. When you get to the top, you can look over the logs. They're all pointed, like to avoid for people that it's a disincentive for people to climb over the walls. But
top, yep.
you can see through them, and they're there, all 5. You can't see the 3 that are at the gate because you would have to look, squeeze your head right through the 2 spearheads, which you can do. I'm not assuming that you're doing, but you can see 2 of them. You can see 2 of them. They're in varying states of decay. One of them has its eye is missing. The other one has both eyes missing, and the skin is just sagging. They look like they're dried. They're dry now, but they still look wet. And all both their skins are gray. As you're looking, just taking in the whole scene, one of them looks up and he's like,
And points.
and he points at you. And then the other one, his face turns to you, he's like, and they start moving towards the wall in your direction.
Let loose.
I look back at the squad. Yo, it's those creatures from the other night. Korgoth try to stay at the doors. Hold on.
It's following you. They're following you.
Sure.
That means they're not at the door.
They're at the door.
I would say, Korgoth, back up, get in front of me, and Frank, Meliodas, move up a space right next to me, so you can hit them with your powers.
I can't even move my character.
Yeah, you click on it, dude.
Okay, so,
I could, but it's not letting me.
you should be able to.
Yeah, I can move mine.
Yeah, see?
It's not letting me, bro. I promise.
Left click.
It's not letting me. There's a button where I could do this with the icons.
It's on the token layer, so just
And
click,
there's,
hold, and drag.
I'm trying, but it's not letting me.
All right, so in what direction do you want to move?
There's 2 purple squares right behind me.
Can you see the arrow that I'm doing?
There. Yes, sir, I can.
All right, so which
Move in
direction?
between us.
Who's the first square on the right side?
You guys got to stop moving your. It's like
Sammy.
everybody's moving their icons. Like I got to move here. I want to move there. I want to move there.
Who's the first square on the right side? Then there's another one on the left. And then I see
Meliodas.
You don't see their names
No.
No.
underneath
Me
their
neither.
icons.
No.
Reload
I see.
reload your screens. You should be able to see it.
All right, let me see. Roll 20.
Just keep rolling. Just keep rolling.
Oh, there we go. Ha! I'm gonna stand right there.
But no, I still can't see the name.
I still don't see the names neither. Yeah.
I see.
Reload your screens now.
I
Now I
did.
know better.
I'm dyslexic.
You anorexic, nigga. I'm sorry.
I'm the whole 9 yards.
Nah, you only like 5
I
yards.
see.
Yeah, let's not get crazy.
I said, don't get crazy.
So I'm in front of somebody. I don't know who I'm in front of, but
That's Meliodas.
it's a purple box.
That's Meliodas.
right.
Epion is the one to the left. Yep, and then
There you go. I'll move right there.
he's between you and Frecky.
Freaky.
Am I able to shoot from the wall?
You can.
Arrows?
Yeah.
I would like
You
to.
would get an opportunity attack, so it would be at an advantage.
Oh, you lucky guy.
Let's go.
I would
Let's
like
go.
to take a shot at one of them.
Okay.
Which one would I like to shoot at though? I'll shoot at the one the first one that pointed at me.
Okay.
So now I gotta roll.
Come on, AK.
I don't know what die to roll.
Click on. Oh my
Your
God.
powers. Click on your character sheet.
2
You gotta
hours
see
later.
abilities.
It
It
closed.
says
My character sheet closed for some reason.
Open it back up.
Oh my God.
you can open it back up by clicking the newspaper.
Click on the character sheet.
There you go.
You welcome.
2 hours later.
Yeah.
Alright.
1
on,
hour
AK.
later.
1d8 piercing 3 plus 3 piercing.
So you know what you're doing, right?
No.
Okay. On your character sheet, where you see your longbow. You see where I'm at?
All right, but this thing is like I had it on 2 pages. Now it's only on 1. Like,
Okay, sometimes that happens. No, don't sweat it. If you see your character, just click on the word longbow, and it should make the roll for you. There you go.
21.
All right, so that's not a crit, but it is a 21. Now roll damage, because you surpassed its armor class.
Let's go.
Where do I roll damage again?
Now you go to where the damage is listed, and you click on that.
Damage is listed. Don't know.
It should where was longbow? Right across from it, to the right of it.
Yep.
You should see the damage.
Damage type.
Mine says class resources and arrows to the right.
Yeah, no.
No.
Where are you looking?
The weapon is on the right side of it. It should say 1d8 or 1d6.
Yeah, it's like 1d3, 1d8 plus 3 piercing. That's what you were just looking at it. Just
Yeah,
click.
I just rolled that.
No, you didn't. You rolled it to attack.
Now click on the roll.
I just literally pushed the longbow just now.
Yeah. That was the roll to attack.
Okay.
Now the
Now,
damage
damage.
is that's the one that
Damage.
you click on that where it says 1d8 plus 3.
Virgin.
So I gotta click on that again.
Not on the longbow.
No.
On the damage type.
You gotta take control and show me this.
All right. Right.
Frankie, watch
You're on
your
your character
line,
sheet,
please.
right? You can see your character sheet?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm
So
at-
it says name attack.
Firebolt, dagger.
Yeah. This is
javelin
name,
and
attack.
longbow.
Each one of they're all columns. So the name of the attack, you click on it, that'll make the roll. The damage type, you click on it, and it'll make the roll for the damage. So click on 1d8 plus 3 piercing.
Okay. That's the second time I rolled that same thing. That's what I'm trying to explain. It says damage 1d8. But I already know that.
So bring up your dice. Roll a 1d8.
And it says a 1d6. Damage 1d6. Got you.
Is it 1d6 or 1d8?
For the longbow itself, it says 1d8.
Okay, so then you roll a d8 and put plus 3 because it's piercing.
Roll a d8.
Damn, what you eating, Goon? I want some.
Cornbread.
Homebread.
No, my fault. My fault, Lou. D8.
What?
And you put
Talk.
3.
Get some. You just had.
One roll. Like that?
We're looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 points, baby. There you go, Kira. Imagination.
3 hours later.
Imagination.
Right, how the hell do I click the page like this? It's not like.
Okay. So you roll 10 points of damage. So you hit it. It stumbles backwards, but it still keeps moving forward. And since you don't call, if you're not calling the shot, which by the way, when you call a shot, it makes it more difficult to hit a target because you start suffering penalties because you're trying to specialize. That's all stuff that comes later, but otherwise all attacks go to the torso unless you call a specific area. So you hit it, it thunks right into its chest, and it, because of the way the flesh is, it just goes right through it. And you can see your arrow hit the ground behind it, and it hits with the impact makes it stagger a little bit, but it keeps coming.
I shout out. I cannot hear up.
Yeah, you can't do that. I mean, you can shout at him all over the place, but unless your character learned how to see through wood, you don't know what's happening. He's just shooting arrows from an upward angle, and you're a dwarf, so he's basically on top of a mountain. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Now we're gonna roll for initiative, just to determine the order. So just give me a sec here for a second, please. All right.
Frank, go to your character sheet. The initiative is in between the armor class and the speed.
Mine
Ooh, I got 19.
Mine is 3. He said, "Hold on." Go
No, go ahead.
It's between what now?
Armor class and
You see that, Lou?
armor class and speed.
Yeah.
It's at the very top. It's initiative. Just click on the word initiative
I don't see it here.
at the very top.
Not valid
What
token.
your name is that?
What does that mean?
Spells. I see spell casting abilities, spell save DC, spell attack bonus.
It's more. It's at the top, Frankie.
Meliodas.
At the top.
I mean,
No, you're looking at your spell book. You go to where it says core. You see, it says core, bio, and spells. You click on core, and that's me, by the way, not you. So now you're back on your main page. There's multiple pages. You click on where it says initiative. Once is enough. Jesus Christ.
It's not rolling?
It's not rolling?
No, sir.
See my quick initiative.
All right.
You gotta click. You gotta click on the.
You got to
name.
click on the word initiative.
Yeah, the word. Yeah.
There you
The
go.
file.
Frankie, go ahead.
What do I pick my attack?
Not yet. Hold on.
Not yet. We're determining the order. Korgoth has a 5.
Damn it.
Epion has, where's 18? He's a 19. Frecky, did you roll your initiative?
No.
The hell's taking you so long, woman?
I pushed it. Push the button.
I'll let you know. It's right here.
Pushing it.
He's eating his cornbread. You better not mess with him.
No, it's not working.
Refresh the page.
Probably.
Refresh it.
2 hours later.
That's amazing.
Oh.
When you do certain voices, you're not using a voiceover, right?
No, I'm just using a modulator from the mixer I bought.
2,000
the
years
little kid,
later.
the little kid
6
voice,
and a
that was
half
you
hours
or the
There you go.
modulator?
More.
Okay, you got it.
Yep.
She got 13. I'm last.
Okay.
Lou already had me in position.
Frecky has a 13. And I'm gonna roll for the guard.
Keep betting that get high.
Remember, he's guarding this town.
He's not the only guard, but he's the gate. He's the gate watcher or whatever.
Gatekeeper.
Gatekeeper.
Got higher than you.
No, you didn't. Nobody
I
gets
know.
high. Nobody.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. Nobody.
Nobody.
All right.
Now you're a philosophizer.
And so
Look, philosophizer.
and they roll a 15. Now, Epion, you're not in an actual physical melee range or combat range, and they're behind the gate still. So, what you can hold your attack, but and then in the next round or in the you can't hold your attack forever. So you can hold your attack to the next round, and that would give you 2, and you can decide where that first attack falls in. Or you can move and make your action. It's really up to you what you want to do here.
Okay, give me a quick second.
No, Captain. Battle formation.
Yeah, it's so suspenseful.
All right.
I can do the Otis play with him.
They're going more from.
Sorry.
I can't even talk that. All right. I'll wait.
Go ahead.
Wait.
Are you going to hold your action?
Yeah, I'm going to hold my action.
All right. So, Epion holds his action. That leaves
The monsters.
the intruders. They're still slamming against the gate, but now you see the wooden block. It's starting to splinter in the center. The guard, he's holding it, and he's pushing. He's just like, whatever you're gonna do it fast. As he says that, a blade you can see comes right through him.
Oh
No.
Yes. So the blade just comes right through the where the crack in the doors are meeting, and just pierces right through him.
Damn. You stupid guard guy.
So he's just like, oh! The blood immediately comes out of his mouth, and he turns, and he tries to look over his shoulder to where you guys are, but he can't. Obviously, he's just like, oh. He's looking at Korgoth. It's like, and just falls to the ground.
I'm sorry. I only attack lightly.
Wait, now you have a Jamaican accent? What are you, Jamaican dwarf? Jamaican
I'm
orc?
a Jamaican orc. I give you some curry goat rib.
All right, just stop. Stop. Okay. Now, who's next on the order? Frecky's next in the order.
Have they come? Are they through the gate yet? Or
They're not through the gate yet. They just killed. One of them through the guard. Well, it was through the bars, through the crack in the doors that he was able to stab the guard. And he is gone.
Oh, damn. He put a big X on him.
He put a big X on him. That's just mean. That's mean, man.
Yeah, he can put a big X on him. That's it. He's dead. Can his body hold the door? I'm just saying.
Well, when the blade pulled out, he just fell backwards.
Ah, you mother sucker.
Oh, my hit die is a D10. I see it on top.
You just realizing that?
Yeah. It says hit die D10 total 1. Success, failure, death save.
All right, since I have nimbleness, can I move through the characters in front of me?
Absolutely. You, that whole you look at the map as to where you are. You're not tied down. You're not being held by any magic or anything like that. You can move as far as your character as your movement speed is. So whatever your movement, how far can you move in a single action?
Okay. I still want to hide behind one of.
She's just using you people as human shields.
I'm a rogue. That's what I do.
She's just using human shields. Operation Human Shield, my ass. Yeah. So just you can grab your character and move it. So if you can, how far can you move? 30 feet.
25.
Okay, so this would be 25 right here, 25 there. Well, no, there. So you have a lot to play with as far as your movement. Now these are houses with rooftops, so obviously unless you climb onto them, you can't necessarily run there. But everything around it is your playground. You can move that far.
Okay, I'm gonna hide behind this wall over here. Prepare myself for an attack.
Okay. Okay. And you're gonna prepare yourself.
Yes, for an attack.
Okay. So Frecky's just like, yeah, I'm out. I'm gonna give you guys some battle music. I gotta load all this shit up.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Okay.
Final Fantasy 7.
It's my favorite game.
Final Fantasy 7.
I'm gonna hit him with my twig.
All right, so Korgoth the Crave is next.
Let's go, Korgoth.
I'm gonna move right here.
So you're both moving to the side of the gate.
And I'm gonna chill.
All right.
The wizard and the cleric out in the open.
Pretty much.
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
You guys are 20 feet from the gate. That's where you're positioned now. So the next would be Meliodas, and then
Lord,
and then Lord Akira.
No land
Lord
to
Akira.
no land.
The Lord of Nothing.
He was a smart.
Meliodas, where you gonna move?
I'm gonna. Can I choose to stay where I'm at?
You can. You can hold your action till the next round.
Alright.
You want to do that?
So I want to stay where I'm at. But do I still get to cast a spell?
You can, but what would you be casting it at?
Yeah, they're behind the wall. Remember, they just
Not
cracked
through
the
the
door.
door.
They're
yeah.
still behind the gates.
Hashemab
Okay.
Epion.
So I'll stay here. I won't do anything yet.
He's right next to me.
I'm gonna wait until forever.
All right, so let me do this here real quick. So this is the gate. Now that's where they're trying to come in. So you guys are Freki's on this side of the watchtower, Korgas on this side of the watchtower, Akira's on top of the watchtower looking over the wall, and you guys are 20 feet, you're 5 feet apart, or 10 feet apart, and 20 feet from the door. The guard, who you all abandoned and let get killed, is lying in a pool of its congealing blood. And the block that's holding the door is not only is it splintering, but the metal brackets are starting to bend under the weight of the strikes to the door. Now, Meliodas is holding his action. Lord Akira is next.
Arrow.
Korgoff, we need more reinforcements on the door.
No.
He said no.
No.
You're
That's
not
just
supposed
wrong.
to hear me.
He's like, yo, he's yelling down to me, yo, we need.
Well, I mean, he can. Like, speaking does not. The following things don't cost an action. Your cantrips. Well, no. In combat, your cantrips do cost an action. But
One action, yes.
talking, moving, moving doesn't. None of that costs you an action. When you take a specific, decided action to attack, to cast a spell, that's your action for the turn.
Gotcha.
So choose
Don't
wisely.
drag me into this, please.
Korgoff,
Mr. Akira.
go back to the door. Take Gimli, I mean, Epion.
Why you always gotta send me to the door?
We need to hold it. You gotta buy me some time to kill some of them off.
Why am I getting dragged to the door? You saw that guy die in front of us. He got sliced and killed.
I would like to shoot at the same zombie that I shot at before, but in the head this time.
Okay, make your roll. Make your attack roll.
Let's go. I believe in you. Sir.
So I roll the longbow first,
Yep.
Yes.
which is this one,
Just go.
Okay.
and the hit die just hit it once.
No, twice, please.
I was asking.
Hit it twice, please.
For the
Please.
damage, you just you should be able to just click it.
The hit die,
Why do you keep calling it that?
because that's what it says. That's why I
Hit
said
it
take
3
my spin.
times.
So you
Yo,
can
put
throw me.
times 3, bro, please.
Just realized what you said. So damage type. Name. There's 3 columns: name, attack, and damage type. You should just be able to click on the damage type for your character
Yes. Or the spell.
or the spell. Yes, and that should hit it.
Name, attack,
We just showed you, bro.
Nah, I'm fucking lost right now.
Are you on this character sheet?
I'm on the character sheet right now. It
Okay.
says my current hit points, hit die, successful, success, failure, death save.
Yep, keep going down.
Fireball, danger, dagger, javelin, longbow. I hit the longbow.
Yep.
That's what popped up.
And right across from it, it has the damage. I don't know why it's not working for you.
I hit the longbow the first time, and then I went to the side, and then I hit 1d8 plus 3 piercing.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we're doing it wrong. It's entirely possible. Okay.
Hit the dice on the left-hand side of the map, and just roll your damage.
Yeah, let's just do that.
Okay, so I hit.
So the thing about the dice, by the way, if you go to Advanced Dice Roller, if you click on it to Advanced Dice Roller, it's going to show you below your last 10 rolls. So you can pick the roll that associates with your weapon if it shows there on that list, and just hit re-roll.
Okay. Let me just make sure I got it right again. My long.
Nope.
Just click on the.
Oh yeah, well that's Korgoth. But
Sorry.
Oh, okay. This thing.
Alright, so go move back out of here.
this is all learning curve, so don't worry about me. I know you guys are just learning how to do this. I'm still learning how to do this. I've been using this shit for years.
Scary.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. You just talk to my other players. They fucking those other guys I've been playing with for years. They're still paranoid.
We're not paranoid. Come on, AK, get it.
That's right.
I am.
I'm gonna share the screen with him so he can see.
That's because you're a nephew.
That's true.
Now show me what you was talking about so I could understand it.
Okay.
I broke it.
So go to, you see the no. Get rid of that. You can close this.
Close this.
Yeah, close this. Close your character sheet. You don't have to worry about that.
Okay. Go here.
Right? Click on that. Go to Advanced Dice Roll at the bottom. You're going to have to...
Scroll down.
You're going to... you can either scroll down or make the screen bigger. You see right there, last 10 rolls? 1d8 plus 3.
Okay.
Re-roll. Boom.
Yeah.
Yay!
Copy.
Him learning!
SpongeBob.
Him learning! Yay!
Oh, he took 11. Let's go.
Okay, so the second hit...
And that's a critical.
No, it's not. He just rolled an 8. It shows it as an 8. Calm down. Mike. It's like, please die. The second shot, you hit it, and it jerks as the arrow goes through its skull, and again goes right into the ground behind it. But this time it freezes in place and falls backwards and is not moving.
Let's go. Yes. Doesn't mean it's dead. He just said not moving.
Now, you make that shot. The other one that was coming in your direction. Remember, there were two of them. You can see its hand reaching over. It's right in between the spikes for the wood, the spear tips. You can see its hand. Boom, right there at your waist level. So you're like, yay! Oh!
Oh.
So it's right there to climb over. Now, we're back to the top of the initiative order, if I'm not mistaken.
Which is me.
So the guard is gone. Let's get rid of him. Yep, it is Epion.
I got to spare the dying. When a person dies or goes into that state, I can stop him from dying.
Okay. So you're going to do that with the guard? Because he's the only one that's on the ground. Otherwise, you're just telling me what you can do.
Touch a living creature that has the creature becomes stable. All right, no. Yeah. Because I have 2 actions, right?
You have a move and an action, not 2 actions.
Because remember, I held my last one.
Yes. As a matter of fact, you can't. Yeah. So you have a move, and you potentially have 2 actions.
Potentially.
Throwing big words at him.
So what I want to do is, look, can I do this one? Hold on, let me see. Can I move right here? Do spare the dying so he won't die, and then heal him right after that?
What?
Can I do spare the dying to bring him back to life,
Mm-hmm.
and then heal him?
Okay.
Do those both do they take actions?
Each one of those things. The move is not the action. The action is the spell.
Spells, yeah.
Yes.
I
So
want to do that.
you're gonna do the
Before my
spell.
heal die.
Okay. Let me read that really quickly.
Do you have any action time on it, Goonie? Does it say 1 action on it?
No.
Wow.
Damn you, Chris. Shut
I'm
up.
just asking.
Okay. You move towards it.
Hold on.
Wait.
I don't even have those spells. Where's my spell?
It's on your spell book. Calm down.
Oh, yeah, I got the spell. Yeah. I got the healing spell. What do I have for healing spell? Right.
Scroll down.
We have red wounds.
The what?
The spell that I used last time. I didn't see it.
Wait,
It's
I'm
so
looking at the
bad, it's
wrong
just made it worse.
character. Well, I mean, did you copy it word for word,
Should've.
or did you change it around? Because it may be different for a dwarf. I'm not sure how
It's
that
level
works.
1 spell.
So it's a cantrip. Spare the dying. Yes. It's not
Spare
level
the
1.
dying, yes.
Your level 1 spell is detect magic.
Oh, snap. So I don't have med wounds.
You would have to choose it. You have two spells. You just add. I don't know if you chose that or you just chose detect magic.
Yeah, I don't think I chose it. Sorry.
Hey, don't say sorry to me, bruh. He's like, I'm going to pay a dwarf, but I don't want to heal. Screw those guys.
I messed up bad.
The hell with you guys.
Again?
Sorry.
Now you're gonna die. He's gonna kill you.
Y'all all gonna die. I can't heal nobody.
A healer who can't heal. Thanks a lot.
Seriously.
Well, he's a cleric. Technically, he's a cleric. So it's not that he can't heal. It's just that he didn't choose that.
All right, so let me go back to the.
All right. Are you still going to use that other ability?
I don't know if I should do it now because he's just gonna die again. Like,
All right, make a decision.
all right, I'm gonna do it. Right
Okay. You go. You go to the guard, and you lay your hands on him, and you pray to your gods. What do you're a priest of what? A light? What? Have you gone through that as far as like your religion?
now. Life.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you call upon the spirits of light.
That's right.
And his eyes flutter open, and then an arrow hits his face. No, I'm just kidding. That's wrong. It's like, you healed me.
No.
Then that arrow hits his face. That was good. I'm yelling down at
He's
Leon. You're the best player ever.
his eyes open up and he looks down at his chest. He's like, thank you, master. And he's just he does a backward crawl away from the door. He's like, they're still here. You haven't killed him. You're useless. No, he doesn't say that. He's like, but he does say they're still here. You haven't killed him. And he's just trying to turn around. He's still in a lot of pain, but he turns on his stomach and he gets up and starts to army crawl away until he is able to get his feet under him and run in that direction. That's his move. He's like, ah!
He's gonna help us.
That's his full move. He's just gone. He's like, the dead are here. The dead are here. Ghouls are at the gate. Ghouls are at the gate. And people are starting to come out of their homes. 2 arms. Ghouls.
He said 2 arms. We got backup, y'all.
Sure. Okay. Frecky, you're still at the gate. I'm assuming you're just holding your position, yes? Or are you going to do something different? All right. And would that be the same for Korgoth?
Yes.
Okay. So that leaves Lord Akira. Now,
nobody's going to help me.
Lord Akira.
What are we going to do?
Well, they get to choose whether or not they're going to help you after, because I forgot that the creatures rolled a 15. So they were next anyway. Then comes Frecky and Korgoth. The hand that comes over, another one, it grabs the other side of the wood and reaches up to grab you. I'm gonna roll for it to grab you.
Okay.
So 14. What's your armor class?
Me? 14. It's a 14. What's your armor class?
It's a 14. Okay, so it does grab on. It grabs onto the front of your chest plate, and you can feel its steel grip. It's not doing any damage, but it's starting to pull you towards the spikes.
Oh snap!
Let me look at my inventory.
Blood, give me your blood.
Oh snap!
And now,
you better do something.
Frecky, you can, from your angle, you can actually see. You can see him. He's 25 feet away and like 15 feet up. You can see him as he shot, and Epion did his healing touch. The guard got up and ran and screamed. This all happens every action, just so no matter how long we take, every action is about 6 seconds. So this all happens quick for the characters. For us, because we're still learning how to do this, it's not that quick, but it will be eventually. Now, you see this thing grab him. He's like, oh, ah, ah, and he's being pulled towards the edge of the wall. You don't know if they're pulling him over or towards the spikes, but they are pulling. That one is. You just see the hand. You can see the hand as it's pulling him towards the wall.
Right. I'm gonna go over to them, try to do a sneak attack and stab him with my rapier, and let's go for the head.
That's right.
Okay. So she
No, you got to go upstairs.
Yeah, the first action would be the full move, because you have to go all the way. It's about 30 feet, and then you have to go up to 15. So that's your first action, which is a good thing that you saved your first attack. And the second one is to attack it. So you're I gotta grab you. You're here with Lord Akira.
Okay.
I am Frecky. I am the killer of the dead.
Stab him.
All right.
Korgoth, you see this too, and Frecky just runs right past you, and she climbs the little ladder, and she takes out her what was it?
My rapier.
A rapier of death.
I hope you don't get pulled into the spikes, Kane and Kara.
I don't know.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh my god!
Yeah, horrible.
Did you roll the attack?
What are you gonna attack?
She has to roll the attack for the rapier.
They come up.
Ooh, what is it with
Critical,
this?
baby.
What's with these crits, son? Roll the damage.
Nothing.
No, that's just another attack. So until we figure it out, just roll the regular die.
All right, so I'm rolling. Is it 1d8 plus 3?
Mm-hmm.
Go to advance. Yeah.
All right. So out of nowhere, you're like, please don't kill me. I don't want to die. This is Lord Akira, by the way, not the girl. Out of nowhere, this sword comes out from your peripheral and stabs it in the head. You see, it's just like, and just it doesn't let go because it's still, but it's just hanging there now, and you're still being pulled because your strength is what?
My strength is 11.
Okay, so it's pulling. It's dead weight now, so it's still pulling on you. You can pull away from it, but it's not letting go. That grip is on your chest plate. What kind of you're wearing? Cloth armor, right, or leather armor?
Leather.
Okay, so yeah, it's dug in its nails.
All right. On the left it says types, proficiency, weapons, all of that. Can I use the longsword on the left?
Yeah.
To cut the arm off?
Yeah. If it's your turn, then yes. Well, let's figure that out.
Yep.
Actually, it's Korgoth's turn. The barbarian, I will remind everybody.
That's hiding.
He's like, yeah!
I'm going to hit you with a twig and two berries.
What's the orc's name from World of Warcraft?
Thrall. Sourfang.
Thrall. Is it Thrall? Or
Charbit?
No, the main dude that he ends up being raised by the humans.
Thrall.
Yeah.
Sourfang.
Sourfang, yeah.
Yeah.
Under the bus.
Yeah, you're not that guy. So, what are you doing? You're just like,
enough room for me to
he's
get
like,
up
I'm
there
I'm getting ready. Hey, where are you going, little rogue?
Can I get up there to help them or no?
Yeah, you can. There's just enough space for you to get up there. Yes.
Climb on your shoulder.
Especially since Freckie's a halfling and you tower over her.
All right,
You can see her. She has her blade in the thing's head and is trying to, she's trying to pull it out, but she literally jammed it halfway through the thing's head. It's still dangling and pulling Akira. So she's trying to yank it.
Hand to let him go?
She's trying to yank it. Akira's he's holding on, trying to not get impaled. And you get to the top of that tower. You see what's going on, and
I want to cut its hand off to let him go.
okay. There's no attack roll that's needed because it's prone. So you hack at it until the forearm is at the elbow. That's the easiest joint to cut. So you just hack at it, and it falls to the ground. He still has a hand on his chest plate.
Took my chest.
But he gets let go. You can hear a couple more thuds. You guys, you're looking over to your right, and Epion, you're still at the gate right there because you haven't moved because your turn is not yet come. You can two more hits and it's gonna splinter and they're gonna come through. It's gonna break rather. Okay, so that leaves Meliodas.
Real quick, how many is there?
3 left.
Akira, you don't get to, you're last. You rolled a 4.
3 left.
He just skipped everybody.
So, yeah, Meliodas and then you.
Meliodas, what you doing, Meliodas?
Oh,
He's like,
Oh God,
What?
did they come to me now? The pressure.
I get to cast a spell this time.
you can do whatever you want, man.
Just wait.
But they're getting close to me, correct?
No,
No, they're not inside yet.
He said 2 more hits. Me and you just gotta wait. The spellcasters.
Okay, yeah. So
cast a fire.
I'm not
Bring down the
gonna.
whole village.
So what are you doing?
I'm not gonna do anything.
Okay, so you're gonna hold your attack.
Yeah.
All right, so that doesn't mean you get 3. There's still 2. So you forfeit the 1. You hold your second attack to the next round. I think I'm doing that right. If I'm doing it wrong, I'll correct it from moving forward. But I think I'm doing that right. So that leaves
Me.
Lord Akira.
All right. The view I have, can I see them? Can I see the remaining?
You have to look over. Like you have to grab the wood, and then look over it, and look down because they're literally all against the wall, against the gate, so you can't really see them from your angle.
Okay.
That position in the watchtower is not meant to see the gate. It's meant to see the road. That's why they have the little portcullis. I think that's what it's called, the portcullis at the gates, which is where you saw the first guard when he opened that smaller door.
Got you. So I'm gonna move to the other side and see if anybody are climbing up on the other side.
So you're gonna get down and move across.
Yes.
All right. So that is your action. That's more than 15. What is it? That's 30. That's 30 feet across, 15 down, 45 feet. What's your movement?
Am I able to look out over to see on the other side?
Yeah. That's not the issue that I'm trying to resolve. I'm trying to see if maybe you can take an action. It depends on your move.
Oh, I just want to look over and see if there is one there.
Yeah, but you're not hearing me. These are towers, so there's nothing in between. There's no walkway. So you would have to climb down, run around Epion. So you have to do all this. So you have to climb down and then go up.
Got you. I guess that's my action then.
Okay, so
That's a lot of action.
what's your speed though? What's your movement?
My movement speed is
Should be able to tell you somewhere.
30.
30 feet. Okay, so then yeah, that's your full move. It's more than 30 feet. So you can look over, but again, they're not in positions. These towers are not in positions to see the door. You can see the road. This is your line of sight. So that would be the line of sight. That little cone right there.
Copy.
The door has the little peepholes, sort of. They're able to look through them. That's how they can see in front. But these have an angle.
You should have did. Never mind.
All right, so never mind, sir. All right. Top of the order again. So that would be Epion.
I'm getting the hell out of there.
Okay.
I saved somebody's life. Now, let me see.
I'm going to use the back.
That's 5, 10, 15, 25, 30. I'll move right here. They shouldn't be able to move that far. Right? So let me see what I will do.
2 hours later.
No, either way, they'll still be able to hit me. I'll go right next to Frankie.
To Meliodas, you mean?
Not me, Meliodas.
Okay.
Yeah, now that's my turn.
All right. So they keep pounding on the door. So that's the 15. the wood is just slamming. Boom, boom. You can see it's about the bars are about to snap, or the wood. Either way, it's going to give way and they're going to come in. Frecky is next.
Okay.
You're at the top of the tower with Korgoth the Brave.
Crave.
I mean crave.
I want sandwiches.
He craves letting everybody else do the action. He craves letting a halfling do all the fighting.
That's
it.
right.
And I'm climb down.
Uh-huh.
Up there.
Are you gonna wait by the front? Oh, okay.
No.
So
I'll be
if
behind the tower.
you do the half, yeah, that's 15 feet, and that would be it. So is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay. So she goes back to position on the other side. Korgoth, you're at the top of the wall, top of the world, son.
Can I move over here?
That is 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. That would be your full move.
Yep, I'll stay right there.
Okay. So you're switching positions yet again.
That's it.
And Epion and Meliodas, you're holding firm, waiting. Okay.
Yes.
At this point, the wood finally gives way and smashes. The bars are bent. The doors fly open, and the battle axe wielding ghoul is coming through. He finally cracks that door, and him and his two smaller yet equally fierce monsters, his traveling companions, are there as they stare hungrily at you, Epion and Meliodas, because you're the only ones in line of sight. The guard, he's just like, I'm out.
No, I saved you for what? For what?
You think everybody's going to stand and fight? You crazy, son. All right.
Oh.
And with one final, he lifts his battle axe and points him in your direction, Epion and Meliodas.
Stick up my finger.
I will have your blood.
And with that, I'm going to end this game.
No.
How much XP do we get?
Take it easy.
Yeah, where do we play that?
Man.
Lisa killed that guy, so we all get XP.
Yeah, she's the only one getting you the XP.
I killed the other one.
Okay, take it easy. We're just joking. Jeez.
Sheesh. No credit for me at all. No helping, nothing.
None.
Oh.
All right, Julian. Yeah. Good job, AK.
Now it's not the
All right, so we're going to end it there.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. This has been Scarlet Skies. For Korgoth, the Crave, Frecky, the Murderous, Lord Akira, Meliodas, and Epion, we bid you a fond farewell.